What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Teddy B Blackman, and I'm back with another reaction to the recap video. Today we're gonna be doing Rick and Morty, which is just started season 7, episode 1. How Mr. Poopy Beehole gets his poop back, and basically this is a long-term storytelling. Spoiler alert, by the way. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Long-term storytelling in which a couple seasons ago, Mr. Poopy Butthole got shot, and how him getting shot led to a downward spiral. Basically, he lost his family, his wife left him, took the kids with him, and he's just been in this downward spiral ever since. Obviously, the last time we saw Rick and Morty, he wasn't living with them, but now he's living with them. He's addicted to drinking, drugs, etc., etc. Blah blah blah. We're gonna get into the storyline and plot and all of that. But first, I want to answer the question that people been asking me on Twitter, and how do I feel about the new voices? For those that don't know, Justin Rowland, who is one of the creators of Rick and Morty, who voiced a few of the characters, including Rick and Morty and Mr. Poopy Butthole for that instance, was dismissed from his role as voice actor as he had some assault charges, domestic violence charges, something along those lines. Even though the charges were dismissed, he still didn't recover his role as the voice actors and his executive role in producing the show. Now, everybody's been up in arms saying that the show is wrong because they're going to have different voices and stuff like that. And for the most part, I defended that because I just wanted to give them a chance to see what they could come up with. And then when they dropped the trailer was acceptable. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Poopy Butthole sounded pretty much the same. Morty sounded pretty much the same. And you can notice the difference in Rick's voice. But it sounded like it was just a new person taking over a role, and maybe they could get used to it. And while I still have hope that maybe he could get used to it, I will say that watching a full 30-minute episode of Rick and Morty, you can tell their new voices. Mr. Poopy Butthole sounds different. Morty sounds completely different. He has moments where he sounds like the old Morty. And Rick, I don't recall Rick having a moment where I was like, oh, he sounds just like old Rick. It was completely different. Aside from that, I don't think that's a bigger problem than what I'm about to get into. And that's storyline. Now, on Twitter, I had told a couple of people that as long as they tell a good story, I think people will be more inclined to let them get away with the voices. And while I still feel that's true, episode 1 didn't tell a good story. I mean, for Mr. Poopy Butthole, yeah, that was all heartfelt with the whole, he's been a downward spiral. Rick is gathering up a bunch of old friends, Gearhead, Bird Person, Gene, the next door neighbor, to stage this sort of intervention on why he should stop drinking. And they even recruited Hugh Jackman, special guest Hugh Jackman, who plays Wolverine, for those not in the know. And they ended up getting drunk and on drugs and things of that nature. They're trying to stop him from doing it, and they all end up doing it, which is normally how life goes. And this episode was mainly about him. It didn't progress the storyline of Rick searching for Rick Prime. Now, obviously, when they first run into Rick in the episode, he's looking at the computer and looking at stuff. But that was just like, you have to do that type of stuff, right? We didn't get any progress towards, like, does he know where he can be, or does he know, like, what's going on? None of the other characters. This was strictly about Mr. Poopy Butthole. And while that's cool, I like him as a character. I felt like in order to, like, appease the masses, because it's going to be a lot of backlash coming, which it was already, and you should have came out the gates telling a great story. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see where it goes. I'm guessing this season is a 10-episode season. Seasons normally have about 10 episodes. So I'm not going to cancel a season based off the first episode, but I did expect it to be a little bit better. The voices are noticeably different. And I'm just interested to see where they go. But what's y'all, like, opinions on it? and takes on it. Do y'all mess with the new voices? Voices not that bad. Did y'all like the first episode? Did y'all think it told a good story? I'm really interested to hear y'all opinions. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, share, download, whatever you can do on here. Do it. I'm your boy Teddy B. Blackman. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, and I'll be back with, after every episode of Rick and Morty, I'll be back with another one of these videos. And yeah, that'll be it, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, taking the time to man.